All right. Welcome to Blue Pill Podcast. This is Abe, your host. It is October 9th, 2025. Abe, where the fuck have you been, bruh? So, here's the deal. My hair looks a little funky. I took a bath today. Here's the deal. Check out my new steampunk beanie, bruh. It's got shades, man, and these shades are legit. I got sick as a fucking dog this week. Today is Thursday. Monday night. So, Monday during the day. I was feeling a little bit off. But I have autoimmune deficiency, so I always somewhat feel a little bit off. That was Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire, unlicensed music. I mean, Nintendo might get me. They haven't, knock on wood, here lately. Just the intro music. That's what we're going to be reviewing today. Because I just beat it. So, I have autoimmune deficiency, so it's not uncommon for me to just feel off all the time physically. It's like my white blood cells gang up on the red blood cells. Some people are old school and they're like, oh homie, you got AIDS, you know. It's who cares. So anyways, it's not uncommon for me to go, hey boo boo, talking to my wife, dude, I feel fucking amazing today. Like, I get excited when I feel fucking good. So, Monday, I felt a little funky all day. And I'm like, it's fine, it's normal. And I went in at 4 o'clock and worked pretty much my entire shift. And I went to go take the trash out around 10 p.m., the outside trash, and it was pouring rain. And it's fall here in Kentucky. And dude, my calves, ankles, feet, and I guess my butt bones, like my femurs, started fucking, were like cold to the bone. And I just got cold and was freezing to the point I was literally shaking like this, just freezing my balls off. And I had eaten that day, and I don't know if I caught a bug. My conspiratorial brain wants to go, oh, something happened, and they're pouring shit down on us like a virus or something. Because I have another podcast, Conspiracy Corner. So, I came home from that shift after puking my guts up and, like, leaving the store, like, some of the chores weren't done. My paperwork was messed up on my drawer. I was so sick. I was like, dude, I got to get the fuck out of here. I shut the store down like 10 minutes early, which, you know, is not a big deal, but it's like, dude, I'm sick. And I came home and literally had my shirt on, my sweater on, jeans, socks, and a full-blown pea coat and 2 blankets on top of me, and was freezing for hours. And then about 3 a.m., dude, it turned into just pouring sweat, fever. Hot, cold, and my wife checked my temp. It was 103. So I wrote it out, and then the next day I was still feeling like dog shit. And sad thing is, my nephew was over with autism, and I wanted to hang out with him more. I did get to hang out with him today and yesterday, so that was cool. Because I was planning on coming home and we were gonna watch Courage the Cowardly Dog, Samurai Jack, Gravity Falls, like do fun shit. Just me getting to be an uncle for a while. And nah, dude, I was so I woke up the next day after that feverish night, and I called my boss. I texted her at 3 a.m. and I talked to my boss, and I'm like, dude, I still feel like crap, but I'll come in. And she's like, don't come in. So I'm like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. Like, okay, stay home, gotcha. And I really don't get super sick, knock on wood, that often. And I really don't call out, knock on wood, that often. So when I do, usually my bosses are pretty fucking cool about it. So, Red Pill Paradigm and Old School Dave, thank you for checking in, man. That's why I love the small community that I have here. Our little army, because it's like, I like to hear, hey Abe, where you at? You guys okay? You guys were like the only two to check in and go, are you okay over there? Because you ain't put out an episode in like 5 days, and normally you put out at least one per day, if not 2 or 3 in one day. So thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Shout outs to Red Pill Paradigm, his podcast. Old School Dave, I don't know if you create content. You'll have to hit me up. Or if you just have a small business, let me know and I'll shout you out too. Thank you guys. But yeah, I'll keep the update short so we can get into the podcast. Today we're reviewing Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. I just beat it. I'm very bittersweet because this was the last of the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advanced. I have now completed all the Harry Potters on Game Boy Advanced and Game Boy Color. Except for 2, and I'll tell you why. Well, you guys probably know why. So check out the playlist of the Harry Potter game reviews. This will be added to it, and I'm going to review my final one that I've played. I finally beat the series. It's bittersweet. I'm sad. But in a good way. So it's hard not to review these games without obviously talking about the other Harry Potters backhandedly. As far as the carts. This one is the only one, unless you include Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets for Game Boy Advance, because I personally went towards the GBC versions of the first 2 volumes of HP, because the GBC versions are both RPGs, and the GBA versions of the first 2 volumes of HP are both action-adventure, the GBA versions. And this one was action-adventure, the Goblet of Fire. It's the only one that's action-adventure besides those 2, but I played the GBC. Yeah, you see what I'm saying. So it's the only non-RPG one that I've played. And by the way, I'm not opposed to playing Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets for Game Boy Advanced. I just wanted to at least say that I beat the entire series, as far as like canon wise, but I might go back to those one day. My next game I'm gonna play and beat and review is Ghost Rider for Game Boy Advance, and then after that I'll show you, if we have time at the end of the video, of a game pool that I did here at a local store. $50, and I got quite a few games, but I'll show you my future plans for game reviews if you guys come to Blue Pill Podcast. I don't know. Blue Pill Podcast does pretty good too, and I enjoy doing it. Buy me a coffee account is set up in the link below if you want to donate. It helps the channel. Pays for my video game habit. So it was nice to kind of end the game on, because I wanted to do it chronologically. I started off with Harry Potter 1, and then I went to Chamber of Secrets, and then I went to the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban. So that was like, I played all 3 RPGs in a row, and then I had ordered Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix, and Order of the Phoenix actually came in one day before Goblet of Fire. And in a way, as weird as it sounds, I'm kind of cool with that, because Order of the Phoenix was actually kind of a hidden RPG. And you'll have to check that review out. It's like a DDR/RPG. You'll have to go check it out. It's an interesting one. So in a way, I got to play all the RPGs and then finish it with an action adventure. 0 RPG elements. So it's made by EA Games. And if anyone knows anything about old school retro gaming, which is my style, EA Games made the Lord of the Rings series, not Fellowship of the Ring, which I did a review on that. That was some weird company, and Fellowship of the Ring was the only GBA cart that was RPG. It was by the same people that made Pirates of the Caribbean, the first Pirates of the Caribbean for the GBA series, which, by the way, I've reviewed all those. It's a really weird company. Go check that review out. And it's a rare game. But EA Games made like the hack and slash dungeon crawler style Lord of the Rings games. So this definitely felt like a dungeon crawler. So you have Ron and Hermione, and they help you out. And you're like casting spells. Everyone's casting spells. So you're all shooting, or like sometimes there will be an obstacle in front of you, like a big boulder or something, and you like use your wand, which the AI, by the way, the AI sucks in this, which that's to be expected. It's Game Boy Advanced, it's retro, early 2000s. It's old hardware, dude. So I don't mind that. I'm not over here being picky. I'm actually a super good critic when it comes to retro shit. So it reminded me a little bit of Chronicles of Narnia, which I reviewed for Game Boy Advanced. As far as like, you can call your party over pushing the left trigger of like, hey, come over. Because sometimes your AI will glitch out and be like, what do I do? Do I fight this guy? Do I help you move this? Or sometimes they'll just run in a corner and just go rogue, you know. Robots freaking out. Imagine that, you know. So this kind of reminded me of not so much hack and slash, but dungeon crawler. Where with the Lord of the Rings series for EA on GBA, it was more hack and slash unless you played as Legolas, which he's long range. Aragorn can somewhat be long range. Gandalf can somewhat be long range with his staff shooting magic. But this was, to me, kind of like an entire party of Legolases. So, like, imagine playing the Lord of the Rings Game Boy Advance series as only a party of just Legolases, you know? That's pretty much what this was. But it was very Zelda-esque as far as puzzles. This is very, not overwhelmingly puzzle-driven, but there is a lot of puzzles in it. And I enjoyed it because obviously Harry Potter is going to bring in a lot of younger audience. And I'm the type, dude, if I'm playing a video game, I don't want to fucking be too stressed out, because usually I'm playing video games to unwind. So I don't want to jump into a game and be wanting to throw my controller, you know. I don't damage controllers, I don't damage games. Or if I feel like I'm so frustrated I want to scream or cry, which the crying I used to do as a kid, like almost cry over video games. It's like, dude, I've got to put this down. I didn't feel super stressed out about it. Like, honestly, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, man, the difficulty level on this game is like perfect for a middle-aged man who's 33 years old, who's wanting to play some retro um, on his SP. I'm a fucking nerd. On retro hardware, you just want to chill and just be a kid again and just have fun and not stress out too much. Like, the difficulty level was perfect, so it was just difficult enough that I could find myself losing and getting frustrated, but I would only have to retry what I was trying to either figure out the puzzle or the battle, figure out how to defeat the enemy. I only would have to retry like 2 or 3 times tops. I don't think I ever had to retry anything 4 times, except for like the dreaded sewer level, which is in every game of retro games. You know, everyone knows about the sewer level. But hang on. So one thing that's fucking neat, and me and Sammy had ordered a link cable earlier this year. So I told her, man, we just need to get a fucking link cable. So we went up to CM Games at the mall in Fayette County. And they're like, hey, do you... Like, I went in, I'm like, dude, I just need a link cable. Because at the time, I was reviewing the Zelda series, which I played through all of those on GBC and GBA. Go check out that series. But I was like, dude, I was playing Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, and I'm like, I need a fucking link cable. So that way I can link up the files and trade rings and do linked files. So that way I can have all these extra side quests I can do. And I have 2 Game Boy Colors, and I have a Game Boy Advanced on me right now, but I also have 2 Game Boy Advances in storage. I just gotta find them. This game, dude, you can play fucking multiplayer, which is dope as fuck. So I've already been saying in these Harry Potter reviews that I wish that they had done this with the older games. And I understand why they couldn't have, because the movies were just coming out. It was somewhat licensed by WB, you can kind of tell. This one, by the way, did not have the Harry Potter theme. The only one that I think actually got full-blown licensing was Order of the Phoenix right at the end, the very last one for the Game Boy Carts Harry Potter series. So I understand there's like lack of funding and that type of shit, but this one definitely came through because apparently you can play fucking multiplayer on this. So me and my wife could link up our SPs, and she could be Hermione, I could be Harry or Ron, you know, or whatever your favorite character is, because I like to play as girls. I'm a weirdo. You guys know me. So yeah, the multiplayer, but they still didn't do link card trading, and that's been a whole fucking... I don't think there was... Yeah, every single Harry Potter that I've played on the carts, they all have card trading, which, by the way, the card trading in this one, the cards are beautiful. So replay value is automatically through the roof on that. If you're a card collector like me, obviously I've done card opening videos on this channel. You guys know me. I can blow a lot of money on cardboard. I have a problem with it. Which, by the way, I put up a new shelf with my... Here's just a little bit of my card collections, and that's me being a good boy. You should see what's in my storage unit. At one point in time, I wanted to open up a card shop, which is still here, and it's still in the air, and I still could do it, you know. I just have to have the time and energy. And this is why I ask for donations, so it's like, hey, I could start a side business of doing a card shop at a flea market, or... I have all sorts of crazy ideas. And by the way, this isn't just me being greedy. This is me literally saying, like, if I start making money, I can give money back to the community and actually show you guys the receipts of like, hey, my neighbor, this is my neighbor. She needs a new car. You guys donated $300. I know it's not the best car, but we bought her a clunker, you know, like I can start giving back. Um but anyways, yeah, the card collecting in the games has always been, as far as the Harry Potter series, has always been my like, this is definitely the whole replay value is high on it because I love collecting cards, especially with different series. Like right now, my current collection of cards is like Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering, and there's a new Team Rocket set for Pokemon. Those are my two sets that I've been collecting. Um, so it's like crack, you know, opening cards and trying to get the whole set. And for me, it's not even the battling purposes, it's the artwork and just the pure joy of collecting them all and getting to look at an entire beautiful set, you know. Yeah, so there's card collecting. I mean, sadly, they don't let you link and trade cards, but, you know. So this is the first time, and you guys know me, like, I'm a classic liberal. Um, I wouldn't even know what to fucking... First of all, I don't even like labels. I'm punk rock. And I've already said this on my channel, so don't get excited or shocked if this is the first time you fucking heard. But, I like girls. I've always been with girls and only girls. Except for, like, stuff that I did when I was super young. And I do like trannies. But they have to be like smoking hot and trick my brain, like Blair White hot or Naomi Mars. Don't look that up. That's not safe for work. But they have to literally trick my brain. But as a kid, dude, I would always get made fun of and be called a faggot by my dad because I would play as the girl characters. Like I remember playing Golden Axe and always playing as the girl character. And for one, I just always wanted to be like a smoking hot, sexy ass chick with a sword, slashing demon monsters, fighting the devil. Kind of like the band that I like, Castle Rat, you know. I like watching her because it's actual real feminism. But anyways, this is the first Harry Potter cart that you get to actually choose your fucking character. I mostly used Harry because to me, he's the boy who lived. This is his story, you know. And I'm the type that it's like, unless the game is a side game and non-canonical, like Zelda's Adventure, which I played and reviewed, I want to play as the main hero. So I usually played as Harry, but there was a couple times, a couple levels where I would keep dying as Harry because he was kind of like, in Zelda-esque terms, kind of red coat and more battle heavy and less energy. And she was more energy and less strong physically. So there was times when I was dying as him and it was like, homie, it's not about wearing red. You should wear blue. You know, go blue coat because you need to focus more on your HP, and she had stronger HP. So I played and beat this game as Harry most of the time, but then as Hermione a little bit. For one, I like being a girl, and two, she had more health, you know. So with the series, this has been a trend the entire time. Mini games. There has been mini games the entire time. So the mini games for this one were pretty fucking cool. They were few and far between, so there was like and I wouldn't even call them mini games. I would just say that it was like a complete series of levels or sub-series of levels. By the way, there's a shit ton of checkpoints, save points, which is awesome. because I'm so fucking weird. This is how my brain works. I feel like because I had struggled with game addiction during my divorce with my first wife. Like, it was bad. I was grinding on Final Fantasy while driving for hours, you know. I was a maniac. Um, so like now I feel like if I get from one save point to another save point, I need to do a chore, whether it be wash the dishes, feed the cats, sweep the floor, roll some cigarettes. This game hands out save points like it's fucking candy on Trick or Treat, Halloween, you know? Speak of the devil. So where there was so many fucking save points, dude, I roll my own cigarettes. I had rolled an entire carton playing through this game. Um, an entire carton of cigarettes because I would play for like 10, 15 minutes. Save point. Okay. Take a break. Roll a couple cigarettes. And by roll a couple, I just take out a handful of tobacco, roll it. Once it's rolled, go back to playing. You know? And I kept doing this, and before I knew it, I had an entire fucking carton rolled. It was fucking dope. So I love save points, man, because that's one thing, like I said, when I play a game, I want to be playing and chilling. I don't want to be fucking stressing and sweating and getting angry. So plenty of save points are always fucking nice. So this one does like Order of Phoenix. You could see how playing Goblet of Fire, I played it reversed, but you can play it the correct way. You could see how with playing Goblet of Fire that you could see they were shifting into that DDR style, which was most of Order of Phoenix. But at the same time, Order of Phoenix also brought back the RPG. I think they were trying to do some fan service. But with this one, like at the Yule Ball, there's like a whole DDR stance. Or not stance, DDR stage where you're Harry in your stupid ass robe doing dance moves to like beats of the music. And like, I remember actually even beating that level. First of all, I had a blast because it's the Harry was doing like weird ass funky moves. Push left, push A, push B, you know? And it was goofy as fucking fun. Like DDR on a GBA. And when I beat the level, it was like you unlocked a new melody. So I'm like, oh, after I beat the game, I'm so going back just for shits and giggles and seeing what the new song sounds like and playing the new groove and seeing if Harry's got new dance moves, you know? I like the DDR shit, and it's fun. It's just playing these older games, it's like I miss being a kid again, you know? But dude, there was one scene, which is the side-scroll broomstick shit, which they did it in Chamber of Secrets. I cannot remember if they did it in Sorcerer's Stone. You'd have to go check that review out. I'm thinking they did do a side-scroll broomstick shit. So in Chamber of Secrets, it was a Quidditch match. So you're doing side-scroll broomstick. Kind of reminded me of like an Atari game. You know, trying to get the snitch. You have AI trying to get it also. This was like you're blasting through. It's not exactly a sideways angle. It's kind of like a slightly top-down, but still side-scroll. So it's one of the tasks of the Goblet of Fire, and a dragon's chasing you, and you're having to dodge obstacles like roll, jump, you know, move. But you got this big-ass dragon on your fucking ass shooting fireballs at you, and you're like just trying to smoke through this shit. I don't know. It was exciting. It was fun. They switched it up a lot. Like, one of the tasks is obviously the mermaid sequence, if you've ever read or watched the movie. It was very Echo the Dolphin, if you've ever played that. Like I said, this is a retro gaming podcast. That's for the most part. I play mostly just retro gaming. Um, the swimming sequences of that particular task during the Goblet of Fire tournament reminded me a lot of Echo the Dolphin, because the music was very serene and relaxing and almost Enya-esque, you know. Beautiful, beautiful shit. Uh, the game, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Awesome game. I'm bittersweet feeling. Um, yeah, it was just, I had a good time. Um, Go check out the rest of the series. I'm sad that this, and by the way, this series isn't completely over. Like I said, I might play Sorcerer's Stone for the GBA because it's not RPG, it's action adventure and Chamber of Secrets. But I will tease my next game I'm playing is Ghost Rider for GBA, and I'll hopefully be doing a review on it because I played the PS2 one when I was younger, and I might kind of compare the two. But after that, I'm delving back into the Lord of the Rings games for the Game Boy Advanced. But I'm going to be playing The Hobbit, which apparently is like a Zelda clone. So if you're a big Zelda fan, go check out my Zelda reviews and look forward to the Hobbit review. But I love y'all. Y'all have a good day, and thanks for checking in, man. I do feel better. Do I feel 100%? No. I feel about 97. But I've been resting, chilling, hanging out with family, and I had to go through that fever for 2 days, man, and just be sick as a dog and sweat and kind of fast a little bit. But thank you all for checking in, and yeah, have a good day.